So I struggled with depression for about 5 years, from about when I was 11 years old up until I was 16. So literally just like a couple months ago, I was struggling with depression and I cured it very easily, not easily, but very fast because I realized one thing. Depression is kind of a loop. When you first become depressed, you lose pleasure, you lose enjoyment in normal things, and you don't seem to be able to do normal things like chores, and you stop caring for yourself. And when you stop caring for yourself, you lose respect for yourself, and that causes you to hate yourself. When you tell yourself, I'm gonna do this, I'm going to achieve this goal, but you have depression, so you can't. Your depression, you have ambition, but depression is keeping you from that goal. So what happens when you don't achieve that goal? You become more depressed because now you wanted to do something, and maybe you even tried, maybe you thought you tried, and you just weren't able to do it, and that's depressing. So you get even more depressed, and then something else comes along and you want to do that, but you don't do it, so you become even more depressed. And it's just this infinite loop of depression, depression, depression. So I think the way to cure depression, and I'm talking about the type of depression that most people have. Yeah, most people have like pretty fucked up mental health, have depression because of social media mainly, and too much technology use. I'm not talking about clinical depression, which is maybe linked to like trauma or something. That's completely different. I'm talking about the situational depression that most people have, where the mindset, the viewpoint that they have on their current situation of their life is causing them to be depressed. So let's say you go to school, you don't like school, that makes you depressed. So the way I think you should cure depression is you break that cycle. Now, how do you actually break the cycle? Well, you start off with achieving small things. So right now, you're depressed, no offense, but you're down here. And honestly, I'm like down here too. But you want to achieve the things that are up here. But unfortunately, you're down here. So right now, you need to slowly climb up here, right? You can't just go up here because you're down here. You can't just jump up, right? You don't have the discipline. And, you know, people will get mad at me for saying this, but the situational depression that most people have, I think, is a cause of lack of discipline. Because when you don't have discipline, you go by your feelings. And when you do work, you work towards your goals based on your feelings. A lot of times you don't feel like working, so you don't. And then you don't achieve the goal, and then you become depressed. So basically, right now, you need to do simple things, small things that'll kind of help build up your discipline and help build your respect for yourself back up again. So simple things like just making your bed every day in the morning, doing good habits like meditating every day. And this might sound dumb, like, oh, if you're depressed, just do good habits and you'll be good. But the truth is, like, that's really it. Depression usually happens when you do a surplus of bad habits, like eating a lot of junk food, using your phone too much, scrolling to TikTok for like hours of a day. You know, you look at your phone, you need to look at a message or something, you end up going to TikTok somehow, and now you went on your phone at 3 p.m. and it's now 8 p.m. You're scrolling through TikTok. You just turn off your phone and you realize, oh shit, I have like so much work to do, and I just wasted 5 hours on my phone. And that's depressing. It really is. Other bad habits like watching too much TV, watching porn, masturbating, obviously I don't have to explain why that's bad. But yeah, you need to break that cycle and you need to do these small things. If you really want to cure depression, like straight up, if I have to be straight up, you really just have to do good habits and cut out the bad habits. That's how you'll transform your mental health and make it good again. The truth is, people with bad mental health do bad habits. People with good mental health do good habits. So you tell me what the cure is. Do you continue doing the bad habits and just hope that your antidepressants will cure it, or do the good habits and just force yourself to become better, not rely on some substance or anything? The choice is yours.